The morning of July 27, 2006, began like any other in the exclusive dolphin estate, Ikoyi, Lagos. Behind the high walls and electric gates, wealth slept peacefully. But inside one particular home, something had already ended. Engineer Anthony Funsho Williams, known to friends as Captain, lay face down in a pool of blood. His hands were bound. A dagger wrapped in newspaper lay near his body. The air had left his lungs hours before, forced out by hands that refused to let go. His wife Hilda was on holiday in London. Funsho Williams was not a man who inspired hate easily. Born in Lagos in 1948, he was a civil engineer who had worked quietly and efficiently in public service. He served as Commissioner for Works under Governor Bola Tinubu, despite their political differences. People described his politics as gentlemanly. But by 2006, and Williams had defected to the People's Democratic Party and was running for governor. He was the frontrunner, the man everyone believed would win. The man who could have wrestled Lagos from the opposition. His popularity made him dangerous. Funsho Williams was married to Hilda Williams, and together they had 4 children. Theirs was a life built on ambition and public service, the kind of marriage that moved with Lagos politics, dinners, rallies, handshakes, promises. But when Hilda left for London that July, she didn't know she would return to a crime scene instead of a home. The timing of her absence would hang in the air, unspoken but noted. By the time Funsho Williams's body was discovered, rigor mortis had already set in. Professor John Obafunwa, the chief forensic pathologist, described the scene, hands tied, and wounds that suggested he had fought back, death by asphyxiation from manual strangulation. The police moved quickly. Within 24 hours, 2 men were arrested, Williams' campaign manager and Senator Kingsley Ogunlue, a rival PDP aspirant who also wanted the governorship ticket. But the arrests led nowhere. Other names surfaced: political operatives, foot soldiers, cemetery workers, members of alleged killer squads used to intimidate opposition. One cemetery attendant, Bashir Junaid, was detained for years without trial, then released and abandoned. By 2014, 6 suspects stood trial. All were acquitted. No one was ever convicted. Weeks after her husband's burial, Hilda Williams did something unexpected. She announced her intention to contest the 2007 Lagos governorship election on the PDP platform, stepping directly into the space her murdered husband had left behind. In December 2006, she entered the PDP primary election held at the National Stadium in Surulere. Out of 6,100 delegates, Hilda won 2,597 votes, the highest number. But the party declared she had not reached the required 50% threshold. The ticket went instead to Senator Musiliu Obanikoro, who had come second with 2,195 votes. She was denied what her husband had been killed for. 10 years after Funsho Williams's death, his widow found herself alone. The friends, the associates, the politicians who once filled their home with noise and promises, they had all disappeared. The murder that once dominated headlines became a cold case, filed away and forgotten. The road that bore his name, Funsho Williams Avenue in Surulere, became just another Lagos street, and its meaning lost to traffic and time. Hilda Williams lived quietly, abandoned by the same political machine that had consumed her husband. Why was Funsho Williams killed in his own home while his wife was away? Who ordered it? Who tied his hands and pressed their fingers into his throat until he stopped breathing? Some suspected rival PDP members desperate for the governorship ticket. Others pointed to opposition forces afraid of losing Lagos. Conspiracy theories swirled, naming powerful politicians, killer squads, and electoral desperation. But the courts cleared everyone. The police closed files. The case remains unsolved nearly 2 decades later. And Hilda Williams, who once dared to claim her husband's dream, learned what many before her had learned. In Nigerian politics, power demands blood, and silence is the price of survival. And the questions remain unanswered. The killers walk free. And the marriage that should have led to Government House ended instead in a pool of blood, in the quiet of a Thursday morning in Ikoyi.